Hey guys, welcome to week 7 in our lesson plans, and our lesson today is called Long Distance Healing. Oh my goodness, what a week it has been for our family. You know what I really want? I want to be done moving. You know, every morning I'm getting on my knees praying, Lord, please just give me the energy and the desire to finish packing and moving and helping my family and unpacking. And whew, you guys, it's been a crazy ride and we're still not done. We've lived in this old house for 18 years, so that's a lot of life and a lot of accumulation. Well, is there anything that you've really wanted so badly that you begged your parents for it? And did you get what you wanted? In our story today, a man's son was very sick, and the dad was willing to do anything to help his son get better, even if he meant he had to beg someone for help. And believe me, I'm begging Jesus for help. I'm begging for strength. And you know what? He gives me a peace. And so we're going to find out what happened to this man and his son. And let's see if he also experienced the peace that I've been experiencing with this move stuff. Well, you know, the news spread quickly through Galilee that Jesus was on his way. And from town to town, people probably told each other, Did you hear? Did you hear? Jesus is on the way. And, you know, why do you think people were excited about that? Well, I'm sure they heard about his miracles and his loving ways and some of the interesting things that he had done. Well, many of the people of Galilee had just been to Jerusalem, and they'd gone to celebrate the Passover. And that's a very special Jewish holiday. The Passover is when they celebrate their when they were slaves in Egypt. And remember, the angel of death passed over their home. So that's the Passover. They celebrated that every year. Jesus had been to Jerusalem too, and many people had seen him do miracles there. So now that Jesus was back on his way to Galilee, the people there, of course, were very excited to see him again, and they wanted to see him do more miracles. Well, Jesus soon arrived in Cana. It's a town of Galilee, and in Cana there was a man who had this really big problem. This man was very different from most people in Cana. He probably wore fancy clothes and used important sounding words because this man was a royal official. Okay? He was a very important man, and he was probably well known too, but he was not embarrassed to ask Jesus to help with his problem. You see, his son was very sick. He was almost sick enough to die. Please come and heal my son, the official begged Jesus. Since this man worked for the king, he probably had plenty of money for doctors and medicine, and he had probably already tried everything he could to heal his son. But his boy had not gotten better. Well, Jesus gave the official a very strange answer to his question. Jesus told him, unless you people see miracles, you never will believe. What do you think he means? The official must have thought, is Jesus going to help my son? Jesus did want to help the man's son, but he wanted the official and the people in Galilee to understand something. You see, Jesus knew that people wanted him to do those miracles, but he wanted the people to care more about believing in God than about seeing miracles. The royal official, of course, was still very worried about his son, so he said to Jesus, Sir, come down before my child dies. Jesus didn't move. He didn't rush to the man's house to see the sick boy. Jesus just said a few words to the official. Listen as I read John 4:50 to find out what Jesus said and what the official chose to do. So let's see here. I'm reading from a New Living Translation. It's the only one I could find up here where I'm at. So John 4:50. Then Jesus told him, Go back home, your son will live. And the man believed Jesus' word and started home. Wow. What do you think the man took Jesus at his word means? It's kind of like a promise, right? It's like when your parents promise something or you promise something, you know it's going to happen, right? Well, Jesus clearly wasn't going to go to the official's house. The official had to choose whether or not he would believe Jesus' words, and so he decided to trust Jesus. He believed that his son would get better. So he left as Jesus had told him to, and the next day the official was still on his way home, and suddenly some of his servants came running to him. So he came a long way to see Jesus. The servants were excited and out of breath. "Your son is living," the servants said. "What time did the boy get better?" the official asked. "Yesterday at about 1 in the afternoon," the servant said. The official was amazed. His son had been healed at the exact time that Jesus said to him, "Your son will live." When the official reached his home, there was his boy, healthy and happy again. Everyone in his house heard how Jesus had healed the boy. So, this important official and his whole family believed that Jesus is the Son of God. Sometimes when we ask God for help, it might seem as if he's not going to answer it. Maybe it feels like he doesn't even care about our problems, but God does care about us. We can ask him to help us, and we can trust him, even when things are really hard. God has amazing power. God's power is greater than anything. Have you guys ever seen a bolt of lightning come through the sky and how powerful it is? Well, God created that, so he's more powerful than that. Jesus showed his great power when he healed the official's son. He healed the boy without even seeing him. He healed him without touching him. He healed him without being in the same room hearing him. And we can trust Jesus to help us with our problems too. We can decide to believe just as the official did, that God loves us and will take care of us. Guys, I want you to talk to God when you're afraid or when you're worried or overwhelmed. Tell him that you trust in him. He is powerful enough to help you and to give you strength and peace. Blessings to all of you, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
Psalm 25:2. In you I trust, O my God. Psalm 25:2.